Yeah, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Yeah, I feel bad for the Intellivision Amico fans, because it looks like the Amico won't be coming out. Unfortunately, for the people that back the people that believe in it, people that supported it. So it looks like the people in charge of Intellivision are taking the money and run, and it looks shady, and it's just unfortunate. So they're asking for more money, a fourth round of crowdfunding for the Intellivision Amico. And a new CEO was been put in charge, a fellow called Phil Adam. Who turns out that this guy was on the board of the Coleco Chameleon, which was a scam and vaporware, and this guy is now in charge of Intellivision. Whereas Tommy Tallarico was stepped down, and there's all sorts of rumours going around. Like he knew what was happening with the money. It wasn't going into the console, it's going into their back pockets. Now he's stepping down, and there's talk of him going back to his music career, cutting and run with the money. That's what it looks like. And this Phil Adam guy says at the end of the month there's going to be another announcement. Now, Intellivision is in debt, and they have to pay back these debts. So until that happens, no Amigos will be made or shipped out or out. So they had to make $10 million or something like that, and they're asking for the fans to pay them this money. Now this money, it turns out that Intellivision had to take out loans because they didn't have the money themselves to fund their own console. But really, these fellas are just looking after their own wages. They want their own money first. That's all they want, money. They use the fans, they use the supporters to get the money, and now they're cutting and running. That's what it looks like to me, unfortunately. And with a guy like Phil Adam, with his reputation, he was on the board of the Coleco Chameleon, who knew full well that it was a scam and was involved with. Now he's in charge of Intellivision. Now there's also rumours that this guy Phil Adam is going to take a week vacation shortly. So looks like he's cutting and running as well with the money. So unless some sort of miracle happens, I can't see the Amico coming out. I hope it does now, because I know it's like to back something that you really love, like the Atari VCS. I backed the Atari VCS, and it was a risk. Just like the people that backed the Intellivision. It was a risk. And fortunately for me and other Atari fans that really, really love Atari, it did happen. Now the same thing could have happened with us, but we're just lucky that it didn't. But with the Amico, I feel bad for the fans that have to support it, because I was looking forward to another era of Intellivision and Atari again, just like in the 80s and stuff. But it's not going to happen unless some sort of miracle happens. They had to get 10 million to pay their debts. Then they had to actually build the consoles. There's no manufacturing day. There's no nothing. So, like I said in the past, people that have actually used the thing, people have played it. It's real, but it's a matter of manufacturing. You're paying to get it manufactured, that's one of the debts that had to pay off. Just what all the information is, right? So unless some sort of miracle happens where they get this 10 million and they actually build these things, but it's not looking that way. It's looking like that these fellas that are behind Intellivision are taking the money and run. I hope I'm wrong, but it's looking pretty grim. Phil Adams says at the end of the month they'll make an announcement regarding what's happening with the Amico. But then they're saying that this guy is going to take a week vacation. So he should be doing that. All his energy should be going into the Amico to get this out the door. Because it's been delayed 3 or 4 times, and it hasn't even been manufactured. It's not even, there's no date, there's no confirmation of anything. All we do know is that this CEO guy, Phil Adams, has taken over as CEO. He was a part of the Coleco Chameleon scam. He's now in charge. The original guy behind the Amico and Intellivision, Tommy Tallarico, has stepped down, and there's rumours of him cutting and running and going back to his music business or something else. So he's taking his money and running, and that's what I think the rest of them are going to do. Unless, I hope I'm wrong now. But the company is $10 million or something like that in debt, and until they pay these debts and these loans back, so So I believe that when people were investing money into the television to build the Amico, it wasn't going into the console. It was going to pay the loans that the companies took out and paying them rather than going into the console, which is what everyone wanted. So it's just unfortunate, and I feel really bad for the Amico fans. Like, I'm not the sort of guy that likes to jump all over someone when they're down, because it's not a nice thing to do. You know, we should be all pulling together as gamers instead of kicking a man when he's down just because he's a part of something that he loved and it didn't turn out. You know, I'd feel exactly the same if the VCS turned out to be a scam. Luckily for me, it didn't, and other Atari fans. But like to me, the Amico look legit. Like I said, there's people using it at different conventions and stuff like this. You know, look, there's trailers, there's everything. The only thing that was left to do was build the things and send them out. But they haven't done that because all the money was going into their back pockets, or so it seems. So it's not 100% dead and buried, but unless they get this 10 million... See, they're doing crowdfunding right now for a far time to get this money. But this money is not going to go into the console yet. It's going to pay off their debts, then pay them. So they're going to get their money one way or the other, which is bad in my opinion. So it's not looking good. So I really feel bad. Now the thing with the Atari VCS is, even though there were a few shady parts about the development of the Atari VCS, one Tempest 4000. Now, was that actual gameplay on the VCS? At the time, it wasn't. It was the PS4 version. But the VCS is capable of emulation. But back then, Atari made it look like a VCS game, which it wasn't. The maker of the game says he never made a VCS version. That was dodgy. Right, the register, this journalist from the UK, Kieran, whatever his name is, was grilling Michael Arts about the VCS, and Michael Arts wasn't giving any answers. So then Atari started attacking him and other YouTubers that called the VCS a scam and this and that. So a PR disaster. But when it came to the updates of the Atari VCS, there was over 40 of them to get detailed information, pictures, everything of exactly what was going on. Now, even back then, the haters were saying this is all made up stuff. It wasn't. I mean, it went into detail. So based on that, we knew it wasn't a scam, even though they did some shady stuff. Now, the other shady thing they did was Rob White. They brought him on board for his expertise as an Xbox. He's the main architect of the Xbox. They brought him and his joint team on board, and you know, for 6 months they didn't get paid. So he left the project and sued them, and it got settled down with court. So all this was looking bad for Atari. But even though all this was happening, updates were happening. Progress was being made. They even made a prototype board of Rob Boy actually playing Centipede on the prototype board. But even at the time, haters said that's not a real board, that's all fucking made up. But it was real, right? And but the thing is, there was mention of developers, indie developers, you know, Mickey Mouse people. But progress was being made. There was updates. There was detailed information. That's the difference with the Atari VCS and the Amico. With the Amico, there's no concrete updates of what exactly is happening. Just, yeah, here's what it can do. You know, digital downloads. It has these games on RFID cards or something. You know, they're not real games. They're just like a card with a code in it. You swipe the card and you download the game from Intellivision's web page or whatever, but that wasn't up and running, so the games weren't even finished or legit. Despite them selling these games, you could buy 4 or 8, but you had to buy them in a bunch. They came with a coin and television coin and everything, all this bullshit, and the console wasn't even ready, so nothing was up and running, but they were selling these games anyway. And the console wasn't even made. There's no mention of a manufacturing date. But people bought these physical cards with no game on them. You know what I mean? So, like, but there was no information. That's what I'm saying. Just excuses and delays. Whereas, okay, Atari had the same delays. You know, the pandemic and everything else. But they actually gave us updates of why and how and what they're doing. You know, and progress was being made. You know, like they had the first batch of units. in New York, but because of the pandemic, they couldn't just go in and get them. They had to wait to get permission to go and get them, if you know what I mean, because of the rules and regulations of New York during the pandemic, because it was in lockdown, I assume. Because in Ireland and Dublin, you couldn't go anywhere unless you had permission, because the place was in lockdown. So I assume it was the same in New York. But they had a few thousand units over in New York. So, like, Atari was doing all they can, even through a pandemic, to keep us updated and stuff. Even though it felt like that we weren't getting a lot of information, there was a lot of where's the games, but eventually the stuff did come out. Atari did deliver. And they have a smaller team than television do. They raised $3 million, which was less than the television, I believe. But mission successful, and the Atari VCS is out nearly, this is the second year out. You know, and it's still well enough, in my opinion. No one expected to top the Xbox Series X in terms of sales, but it's still good enough. I don't know the exact number of sales it has, but it's still good enough. I mean, it's getting new games every week, you know, recharge games, DOS-box games, you know, I tell you, send me 100 games, indie games, so it's getting to support Xbox Cloud Gaming, Luna, you name it. So the Amico just is a scam, unfortunately, unless some miracle happens, and I hope it does happen, but I can't see it happen. You know, so it's just unfortunate. So I wish all the Amico fans the best, the people that support it, the people that believe it. It's not a nice thing to kick someone when they're down, especially if they lost a shitload of money in a project they really love. Because I would feel the same way if the VCS turned out to be a scam. But anyway, that's unfortunate. So I wish everyone the best, and I hope the Amico comes out, some sort of miracle happens. But I just can't see it happen. It's another scam again, like the Coleco Chameleon. So anyway, see you all later. Take care, bye bye.